Yo, welcome to the D&D, the Drink and Drown podcast. I am one of two hosts, Tim and Nicholas, aka Mr. Terrible, aka TNT.
And it's your boy, Everon Williams, aka Big Easy. You don't know what going.
And this is the Unapologetic podcast with good intentions. Make sure to hit us up on our socials, which will be located below. So, everyone,
Yes, sir.
how is your week? Or how was your week, I should say, because it's Sunday.
Well, this week it was actually pretty good. Like nothing out of the norm happened per se, but the weather was actually on some positive vibes this week. You know, we had highs of in excess of 15 degrees, you know, in March, you know. But next week it's gonna get colder again. Like you're not gonna get like winter cold, but it can go down to like single digits, like 5 and 8 and stuff. But honestly, I'm not complaining because I got to go for walks this week, multiple walks. I was outside, bro. I was driving my sunroof open. It was uncalled for because I was still kind of chilly. You know, my ears kind of freeze up, but still, just the fresh air alone, the longing I had for that, it was worth it, boss. That's why I say anytime it gets positive numbers here in places like Winnipeg and stuff, t-shirt weather, because we don't know how to act. What about you, man?
My week wasn't all that. I went to this trampoline place that my boss works at, well, kind of owns.
Sky Zone.
And I went to go check out the trampoline, the super tramp that I was supposed to build because they had some missing information and they just didn't know where it was. So I said, all right, well, let's go and check out the other trampoline so I can get some measurements from that one so I can use on the one that I'm building. So we went there, we went on the floors and everything, look at the trampoline, because how it's set up is they dig out the foundation to lay the base of the trampoline. So the trampoline itself is just level with the floor. So instead of coming down, like coming in the building and you see like trampolines, you have to take a ladder to go on the trampoline. The floor is dropped low. So
yeah. Okay, so you're on the level that you're always on is also
the trampoline.
The trampoline, and you step off the floor and you're onto the
yeah.
Okay.
So I went, got some measurements, got a good layout or idea of how things should look. Then I came back and I just went to work. I had to do trigonometry and stuff to find out missing angles. And I was just like, bro, I did this trade to run away from most of this maths problem. Like I knew at some point I would have to rely on the math skills, but in my head I'm just like, when the time comes, I'll just brush up on it and then come back to it. But this one caught me off guard. So I was like, oh my goodness, I had to jump on Google real quick. I'm just like, how the formula go again? I was like, oh yes, this is the formula, you know, to the second power and all kind of shit. So I was like, that's nice. But that's basically it.
Did it come back easy or were you struggling with that?
No. After I got shit back, I came back and I cut my materials and stuff. The only thing that was giving me a problem was the old drill press that they had. Cause no matter yes. No matter how precise I have the little markers to drill the hole, the drill bit wobbles. So it'll just circle the spot until you actually hit something solid and then start going. So it's tricky.
Yeah. So you can like kind of accidentally make two holes in one, or like a hole wider than you needed to.
Yeah, some shit. So I had to figure out a way to kind of make sure it's consistent. Like even if it's bad, make sure it's consistently bad.
You just have to put your finger and then let it go through your finger, and then while it's in your finger, you hold
just hold it while it's spinning.
And then you just put it through the metal, and then easy fix. Head MacBook.
Yeah. So what I did was after I made the first one, I tack it to the rest pieces and then put it back through the hole I started and then continue the rest. So I did
use it as a guide.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Timon a smart dude. Also, one thing Timon forgot to mention about his week is that yesterday was his birthday. Ladies and gentlemen, Timon is now 26 years of age. Yesterday was the day that happened. And Timon is not a guy that likes to celebrate and stuff. So I'm honestly sure that he didn't even remember that yesterday was his birthday just now.
I was expecting that.
Yeah. So man, happy birthday on behalf of myself, the family, as well as all the podcast listeners, because I know they would hear that information and be quick to jump to say that to you. So big up yourself.
Thanks.
All right. So how does it feel though? Like when you like 26, like shit.
Well, it feels like I'm 30 for
That's
some
next, to be
reason.
honest.
Yeah, that's tomorrow. I don't know. It's like I feel like no, I'm running out of time for whatever. Like I don't know what it is, what I need to do, but I feel like I don't have enough time.
Is that a you thing or is that a society thing that makes you think
I
that?
think it's a me thing. I
Okay.
feel like shit, maybe I should have been born 10 years from now. Then I probably might have enough time to do things. But
10 years from like to start
yeah,
over and
like
be
I
like, oh,
wished I was born 10 years from now. And then maybe I'd have enough time to do things that I want in life. But I can't look at it that way because that's just weird.
yeah, it's like, well, it's just a thought that goes nowhere. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Plus, a lot of people usually accomplish a lot now, like in 10 years. So 10 years from
Mhm.
now, I could be doing way better than where I'm at right now.
Yeah, for sure. But I always say nothing like makes sense. Like people be looking at time like, oh my god, I need to just by this age or this age, and I'm like, yeah, I get the drive for you, and I don't. You should be pushing for whatever, right? It's good to have a time limit and all that stuff, but I don't like when people beat themselves up over not being able to accomplish that time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You
I
know,
get it.
because life don't care about that schedule you set up. Life
Nah,
will
for
say, "Oh, you
sure.
have somewhere to be. Guess what? I'm sending
Delayed.
a train that is a kilometer long, and I'm going to make it stop right in front of the track. And the track is the one place you can't go anywhere else to get to work but that one track.
That one road, yeah.
Jack. So, and that's life in a nutshell. So, like, you can't beat yourself up. But I mean, if it's a sake, if for the sake of measuring progress and keeping yourself accountable, I rate it. I safe.
Nah, because like I have big plans and big dreams that like things that I want to have, achieve, and to reach, but I'm not shackled or a slave to that kind of dream or mentality. Like I could always change in a whim because it could be my mood. But
Easy to
I'm
adapt.
just yeah,
Yeah.
I'm easy to adapt. So I'm staying true to what I feel. But I'm not putting a schedule on it or a time frame on it at
Mm,
all. Because then now I'm gonna have to be rushing to meet it and do all these things.
mm.
And if there's a simple delay, it
Yeah.
mess up everything. Because now everything get pushed back and you don't know all the way that. So I don't want to be stressing like that. So I just have my plans and in my head I'm just like, whatever I want, I already have it. So I just have to wait until it comes into my hand.
I think with people that like when you stress about them deadlines and stuff is you're so focused on the deadline that it's like instead of focusing on what you should be doing to meet the deadline, you're focusing on the deadline itself, and you'll overlook chapters that I was supposed to read. Or I built my house with no foundation. Did this, I did that,
Hmm.
and at the end of it, it's like the whole deadline thing threw you off. So I'm like, yo, just focus on what you're doing. Focus on your motivation. Focus on making sure the steps you're taking are the ones that you should be taking. Stuff like that. And don't worry about the time because if you're taking the steps the way you should be taking it, everything will come in time. It's only going to check. But
So
it's good to have that view, that perspective, and that attitude towards for sure.
yeah, for sure. So everyone, since I am
Mhm.
a 26-year-old bachelor, right? Share some wisdom. Share some wisdom. Cause like I've been in a lot of I don't want to call them like stable relationships, but I've met a few people along the way,
Mhm.
right? And I know what it is that I want. And I'm always putting myself in this what can I say? It's like I can't give you 100% if I'm not there yet. I have some things I want to reach before I take on a serious relationship.
Mhm.
And one of the few things were have a stable income and privacy for myself. So a place to stay. That I can call my own. And at
Okay.
that point I'll be able to be like, all right, boom, I can take on like a serious relationship, right? But I'm
Mm.
not all for that. Like I'm not tied to that idea because I'm also willing to grow and struggle with somebody
Okay. Until you get to
and
that point.
until I get to that point. But if I have to pick between the two choices, I would like it to be the latter, whereas I have shit together and then I can
Mhm.
invite somebody else and whatever. So
I feel you. Honestly, it was like the same. Like, okay, so in other words, you're not necessarily in no rush for no relationship, but if it happens, it happens.
it happens, yeah.
Yeah. See, that's exactly me, or was exactly me. Because the way I see it is, there's no point in rush into, and I think that goes back to the whole time thing, because, and it's a thing that women do a lot, I guess, because women have a body clock, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they want to accomplish certain things by a certain age, especially when it comes to like a relationship, meeting someone, having kids, settling down, having a family, all that stuff. And whereas for me, it was like, man, it is what it is. If I meet you, I don't. So I never experienced, or I don't have any experience being on that type of mindset where I was like, damn, I really need a girl type of thing. So I can't really give advice on that aspect, but basically for me, life just played the cards, and I, it dealt the cards and I played them. Right. When I when I first came over to Winnipeg, I'm like, here's is generally like most people are white. Like is like majority of the population here is white. So I already thought to myself, well, I'm going to a public university. I work with basically are white people. I don't really come into contact with black people. I'm probably gonna end up with a white girl. Is that a problem? Not really, because
No.
I don't care about your race. I care about who you are, your personality, how open you are as an individual, because anybody can be or learn anything, right? It doesn't, not because I'm born into this culture means I'm unable to adapt to another one, and vice versa, right? So I never thought those things were major issues or anything. So whole time I had my eyes open for any perspective, but I wasn't necessarily actively hunting. Jack. And literally one day, somebody just rolled up, became friends, and that friendship led on to something else. And now I've been in a relationship for 3 years,
Ooh,
literally. So
that's
it
you.
was, yeah, no, I didn't do anything. It wasn't anything that I went and was like, yo, I need this, literally, that was in God's hands. God just set that up for me. I was like, big boss, you don't know, you know, taps off the man and go on business. And I'm literally thankful because I don't think God could have sent me a better person, because literally everything I want out of relationship and out of a person is what I was provided with
Also,
from
you
the
say
good
your
Lord
babe
above.
is your best friend? Say
Boss,
less.
that's it. It's like, and for me, what I wanted from a relationship is not what you see on TV and on them
Mm.
social media shit, because I find all that like hella shallow. And that's why all them people with all them relationship advice and all them celebrities and all them oh, do this, or your man must do this, or if he ain't doing this, he ain't doing this. That was a mashup, because there's no substance there. There's no active part of you guys both coexisting in the same space as human beings, right? As a human being, you know who you are, right? You know the things you like, you know the things you don't like, right? You know the things you're willing to accept, the things that are unacceptable. You have your standards, your values, all that stuff. You also have the personal things about the way you see your perspective, right? I might say something to you that me and you know is it's a joke, right? But somebody might hear me say that to you and say, "Oh, you're so mean. Why would you say that to him?"
Mm.
All that stuff you have to take into consideration, how this person views things, right? Because like I might think that I view something this way, and I'm going to act in a certain way that corresponds in the way I view it, and not take into consideration that you might take this for something totally different, right?
Mm.
And then I be mad when you get mad over a misunderstanding, you know so all those things is stuff you have to take into consideration. So literally from day one, when I said, okay, this friendship going good, but if it's going to level up, I said, let me set out all the, like, everything now. I'm like, hey, I want to be 100% transparent, and I'm literally going to communicate everything I think to you, because at the end of the day, it's going to be me and you, right?
Mm.
And nobody else besides my mother, my parents, the people that I've been with up until this point in my life. After this point, once I decide to choose somebody, this new person should know me just as well, if not better than those people, right? So I'm like, all right, and there's only one way for you to do that, and it's for me to be open 100% and communicate, right?
I get you.
So literally, anything that makes me mad, or well, that's another thing. Luckily for me, or maybe for her, not a lot of things get me upset. So I guess she didn't have to worry about much in that department. But anything that makes me mad, anything that makes me uncomfortable, anything that annoys me, whatever, I talk up. I say, and I say, tell her to do the same thing too. So the main thing is that I want to focus on not living to impress the other person. Like, it's not a show. I'm not here to woo you over and do the things you like just because you like them. I'm here to do the things that I would want to do for you out of my own heart. The heart that I've developed and grown with, that is 100% me, right? So literally the things about me, like, okay, for example, I don't always like to go out, right? I
Mm.
prefer to stay home and chill. And that's one of the things that I like. Well, 9 times out of no, I'm not that bad. Maybe 6 times out of 10, I might choose to stay home and just chill out rather than go out, right? Whereas partner, she might want to go out more than to chill at home. And even though I knew that, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to just bend over backwards and just step out of my comfort zone for her in that sense. And not in the sense to be stubborn or to whatever, but I'm still gonna express it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say I'm not gonna pretend I wanted to go out every single time. If there was a time I didn't want to go out, I'm gonna tell you I don't really want to go out, but I'm gonna go out because you want to go out, and I care about what you care
Compromise.
about, And you have to make that known, right? Because and it's the same principle with, like, people giving hints.
Mm-hmm.
Hints don't work.
I don't see hints. Let's,
I don't see hints either,
let's
because
be
hints
straightforward.
you make hints based off of how you would perceive that hint,
Mm-hmm.
not based off how the other person will perceive that, unless you have to know that person to know how they're going to perceive a hint. And if they miss it, you can't be vexed because you're the one writing in code, a code you created. So I don't think that's good for like communication wise. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it raw. Boom, this is what it is. And it's something that if I realize that sparks some maybe she didn't like that or whatever, then it's something we can talk about, right? And then I'll kind of explain why I'm like that, but not necessarily do that to justify it as to why I'm not going with you today, because I just want you to understand who I am. So before you ask me, or before you push a situation to me, you kind of know how I am, right? And this is like in the early stages, not long after, because I mean, obviously by then she would know, but it's just like the first stage, as I see important, is to learn each other, right? Know who your partner is, know what you're working with, know the pros, know the cons, know her strengths, weaknesses, and vice versa. She should be just as interested in you as you are in her, right? And then my priority is to make her happy, because making her happy also makes me happy in a sense. I don't know if that's everybody else, but that's me, right? When I can put a smile on somebody's face, I could be hungry. I can go sleep hungry that night. If I put a smile on your face, I feel good for the rest of that day. You check? So that's me. So maybe, I don't know if I'm just easy to please.
Yeah, you're easy to please. But my thing is communication and compromise, right? Once we can talk it out, I think we good. And even if I don't want to do something, I will compromise and say, all right, maybe this time, because I said no like 3 times in a row, and that's annoying. So I'm gonna say yes the fourth time,
Yeah, you just have to.
But yeah, for me, I always tell people that I'm picky, and they don't really understand when I say I'm picky. But and a couple of my friends find it weird too. But for me, it's more of I have to know who you are for me to say, all right, let me give you a chance. And when I say that, I mean I have to get to know you. Because I always tell people I don't know you or the real you. And to be honest, as much as I know my friends and family, I don't know the real them. I only know as much as
Mm-hmm.
they let me know, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I sleep with that, knowing that that's life. I
Yeah,
get it.
there's always
And
more
I'm
beneath the
okay with
surface.
what I get, right? Because at the most part, they usually open book. So if I need to get more information, I can just ask.
Mm-hmm.
That's what God be saying. Just ask and it shall be given. That's why when I ask for money, I'm expecting it to be given because I just need bus money. Okay, just $3. Anyways,
I see dollar
but
theme boy.
$3 thing, man. But yeah, for me, it's always like I feel like people always want to. They think that they can change you
Mm-hmm.
and ignore what you set for yourselves. Like I know a lot of people have like standards, right? When they're looking for somebody saying, oh, they must have this and must have that. But they themselves don't have those criteria. Like they don't meet those
Mm-hmm.
same criteria. So I'm just like, why would you want to be selfish and greedy and expect so much from someone, but you can't even give them back that. And I feel like relationships supposed to be 50-50, you
Literally,
know?
yeah. Like you walk into that already saying, all right, I already know 50% of who I am going to get pushed to the side so I can accept the 50% of who this other person is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you cannot come in there headstrong thinking this is what I want and this is what you're going to do, because I didn't. It's not nobody signed up for a job. You know, where you're laying out your job description. This is your responsibilities. Blah 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 blah. No, you all are in a situation trying to learn more about each other every day, so y'all can live happily in a relationship that benefits both of you to the best, right? And if y'all cannot come to that level, then the relationship just isn't meant to be. It doesn't mean that necessarily you're a shitty person why it didn't work, because like everybody isn't meant for everybody. That's the point of it as well. Like just because I have money, just because I drive a nice car, just because I make us I do this, I do that, that doesn't mean anything about me personally, right? It doesn't mean I handle anger well. It
Mm.
doesn't mean I'm a good family person. But all these people, like, social media and all that stuff, they're looking at all the external factors, a high, what they call it, a high value man and all them shits, right? And I get it. There's no problem in all that stuff, building yourself up. But like when it comes to relationship, you cannot look at an individual as a prospect for a relationship as a business partner. You need to look at them as another human being that you're going to accept fully for everything they come with, and somebody you want to grow with, not necessarily change, but grow, because change and growth is different. You want to grow those factors that are within them. You see the potential for them to be better at time management, right? And they suck at that stuff. That's opportunity to grow together, because as you help them, maybe you're good at it, they need that extra push, and then both of y'all level up together in that sense. Stuff like that. That's easy to change. But not the deeper things like, oh, I don't even have an example for the deeper thing right now, but y'all can think of something. Y'all have brains in your head, so
No, but like for
yeah.
me, I'm always telling people like I have to be friends with you first before I can go elsewhere, because I'm picky and I would like to know where I'm sticking my dick. You check.
Mhm.
So, and the bunch of female friends that I've had, like over the course of life, I've
Mhm.
I've run into a few of them where I got to know and I realized like the more I get to know you is the more I know we shouldn't have sex.
Yeah,
Or or I would rather have you than a friend
as a
than
friend there,
yeah,
than
yeah,
anything
than to
else.
mess things up
Hmm.
later on. And I've run into a bunch of them that be like, nah, but just take me on, man, just take me on. I was like, no, I can handle my emotions and whatever, whatever. Let's be friends with benefits. And
Mhm.
anytime somebody take the route of friends with benefits, I already know it's gonna be messy. And
Mhm.
even if I can keep my emotions in check, which isn't 100% all the time,
Mhm.
right? It's going to end messy. Like I remember not too long ago, this girl, friend of mine, we're still friends now. She wanted to be friends with Benefit because in her mind, she thought that
It was a gateway.
yeah, it was a game. She'll win me over eventually.
Mhm.
I told her if you cross this line and we go to be friends with benefits, it could end up bad, and I appreciate you as a friend, right? And she's like, nah,
Mhm.
nah, nah, I can control my emotions stuff. So I said, whatever. So you know, one thing led to the other, and she caught feelings, right? And she starts saying like, why we shouldn't be together and stuff and stuff. I said, I already tell you like countless times
I didn't
what I'm
want to be
trying. Yeah,
together,
what I'm.
It
I don't.
wasn't, yeah.
I'm not trying to look at a relationship, but if I was supposed to take you on and take on a relationship, I just would like to have certain things in place so I can feel comfortable, so I can move on, so I can give you the attention and the things that you would want. And I know
Mhm.
I can't do that in my state of mind or physically where I'm at in life,
Yeah.
right? And she just couldn't wrap her head around that. It's like, so she was still
Mhm.
trying and she was getting, and I'm not gonna lie, I was catching little feelings too. And but I kept putting myself in check saying, that's
Yeah.
not what
Yeah.
this is.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah,
that's why
you know?
people end up in these situations because of feelings, and feelings are
Hmm.
not the determining factor at
So then
all.
I realized that like, yo, she was really, falling and getting hurt. So I had to like, nah, this had to stop.
Step
It's
out,
like,
yeah.
because it's not like if I say I love this person as a friend, I can't treat them or keep doing them or having them in this,
Mm-hmm.
So I had to like just end things up. But we still talking, everything can be cool. But it's stuff that you get to learn about people They tell you about themselves, you learn about them, what they like sexually and stuff like that, and you realize, okay, I might be the guy for you, or I might not be the guy for you. And the more I get to know about you, I'm just like, well, we're not fucking. And I have a couple of girlfriends that be saying, yeah, well, it looks like we never gonna fuck. She's like, what do you mean? I'm just like, I'm just not that guy that you're looking for. I can tell. I was just like, no, but how you supposed to not already? You never gave me a chance. I'm just like, I don't have
I've
to.
been paying attention this whole
I've been
time.
paying attention this whole time, right? And I'm just like, to be honest, the friendship that we have is really good. So why for that?
You gotta not fuck it up, yeah.
And I'm not saying
that makes sense, man.
I'm not even saying that I'm running from any and everything, right? I'm just saying that is more to life than just fucking and whatever. You know, because I can still fucking still remain friends with you, but I'm just like, why put yourself in such vulnerable situations when you know you're gonna end up hurting that person? Because my thing is, if I can make you happy, I am going to overall be happy. It's like if I can pleasure you, that's what's bringing me pleasure. So I'm just like I'm picky because I don't know. Like I don't get one night stands. To me, it's fucking bizarre.
Yeah,
and I've run into people who like that's what they're looking for. I'm just like, bro,
that's all they want.
I don't know who related to. Like, I don't know your friends. I don't know nobody for you. You know what dangerous that is?
Yeah. Next thing, 2 hours show up at a family reunion.
Family reunion or something.
It's just like
weird.
Huh? Nah, I feel that, but it's literally a case of you being built different, though, because the fact that you and ladies and gentlemen, I know y'all came to that conclusion when Timon said what he says, but Timon is a good man. Y'all hear that? Timon said basically he would rather choose not to have sex with a woman and value friendship and all that thing over sex. He prioritize all that stuff over the things that really matter over sex, right? Most mans, it's like, oh, sex at whatever cost. Mans be going with people that they have no business being with, right? Putting themselves in all kind of situations just for the nut. Literally. And I'm like, is the nut really worth that headache though? Is it worth all the baggage that you're gonna now add to your life? Like, you're done breed off this person and you don't even know her family. You don't know if the family gonna like you. You don't know what they're gonna think of you. You don't know if they're going to alter the relationship with you and that child now that you have with this person. You know, and bro, it's like how y'all end up in these positions, and it's just like, bro, how, you know? And then you find people like Timon who have sense. You're like, okay, so why other people can't have sense like Timon? You know?
Nah, I see, but I didn't always have sense, dog. In high school, remember bros and then we'd be like, once they look good, we would go and attack, right? With the intentions of, yo, just get the vagina, right? And like just spit all your game, and the end result is to get the vagina. So we're always hunting for it, you know? So that's the difference. Like I feel like I grew up and I realized, bro, this is all fun and games at the end, but people getting hurt, you know? And you just have to realize that like a lot of people still think that when I talk to them, that's my end
What's
goal.
your heart though?
What's that?
Yeah, so what were you saying? You said that when you talk to girls, they be thinking that that's the end goal. Like what? The conversation that you're trying to have, or they think sex, you're trying to have sex?
Oh no, like yeah, as soon as you jump on the rip, like coming out of the pen, they be thinking, this guy talking to me because he wants sex. Yeah, so they already have this narrative going on in their brain. That's why I don't have a conversation about sex with certain people, because it feels like that's the only conversation they know how to have or they excel at, and they're just excited about that topic. But
yeah,
they don't know how to talk about anything else. And I'm just like, bro,
shallow.
Yeah, I'm just like, so much things going on, so much random thoughts and dreams go across my head on a daily basis, and you're trying to tell me you have nothing going on in your mind or in your day at any given time of the day, and the only time you come alive is when somebody talk about sex. You
Sex?
Trash.
You know, the present, please. You know, and I'm like, yeah, I know them ones. It's like, it's like, like you're getting a dry conversation, and they hit the stove. Oh no, this used to be back in high school. They'd be like, "So, are you a virgin?" Remember that line? That used to be a line and a half from up. But you hear man say, "Yo, so are you a virgin?" That's when everything starts out the heat. Man starts sweat. No.
Nah, I never used to drop them questions like that because I used to feel them out. I used to ask questions to see if they really know what they're talking about. You know?
Oh no, you warm them up, but when when that question hit, there's no turning back from that point.
Oh yeah. That's like
Once
a
that, yeah,
yeah. I'm trying to see if you really want to fuck.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
but
gotta
that's
ask it
another
kind of
thing
okay.
too.
Let me try this side,
In high school, because of how
Mm-hmm.
my parents used to tell me like safe sex till marriage and all kind of stuff, I used to have this whole thing in my head like, yo, if she never fuck, you're not the one. Let she go fuck somebody else.
Yup, yup, yup.
Because I
That
never
was
wanted to
me.
be that guy to take away something that's special or precious to a person that I
Yup,
know they can never regain. And
yup,
I know like once you're the person to take away that person's virginity,
yup.
it's you have a kind of lock on that person.
Yeah,
I
there's
didn't
that
want to
history.
have that much power over somebody.
Hmm.
Is that
Honestly, it's one of those things. Boss, I was in two positions to do that, and honestly, I had the same mindset that I didn't want to do it. Actually, no, it wasn't. I had the mindset, but at the time, I didn't know because it
mm,
was both of these were like in the moment type situations. We at somebody crib, we lit, back room empty. One thing led to the next. We end up in there. That's like the roadmap. So like only when we got there and then things seemed to be a bit more difficult than normal, and I was like, you're like, this isn't, and you're like, I'm like, um, question, and I'm like, so I was kind of late for the, but are you? And they're like, oh yeah, and I'm like, and it's just
yeah.
like it conflicted, bro, because I don't want that responsibility on my hands, especially if I know that, like, especially with one of them, I knew that she had like she had kind of liked me, right? But I wasn't in the situation because I knew she liked me. We are in that situations because she
It just,
was like one she initiated this thing and it just kept going, and
yeah, you just go with the
I was
flow.
like, why not?
Yeah,
It's like,
that bro,
why
that's what
not?
it is. Because I always tell people that you don't
Literally.
fight them more. Like once there's a flow, you just go with it and see what happens
You just go with
afterwards.
it, bro. And yeah, and it was literally that situation where it was like, all right. So with that one in particular, it didn't happen. Um, she did get some bust on her face though. So there was some events, but it didn't go the full 9 yards, right? And
Mm,
the next day, I had to hit her with, shit, you really shouldn't have done that, because like I'm like, damn. I got home feeling like, that was a fun night. And I woke up thinking, does she think that this is something else now? And then
right, bro,
I was like, oh no, like what have I
bro.
done?
That's the thing too, because like they'll be like they get deep into those feelings like we fucked, and
Mm-hmm.
especially like if you fuck raw, there's a thing. Once you fuck raw, you're in a relationship, or once we fuck, we're in a relationship. You're just like, yeah, you need a little bit more experience. And I'm not saying I'm
Yeah, that's
experienced in any kind of way, right? I'm just saying where I was thinking is not where you are thinking, you know.
mm,
But yeah, but back to the whole thing, right? Like girls would always think that once you start talking to them, that's the end goal or end result. But when I talk to people, no, that's not my end goal because I can't fuck you if I don't know you, right? So I'm honestly trying to get to know you. Because my friends think it's weird that I could fuck any one of my friends them if they let me. I'm just like, that's not how I look at it. That's not how I look at it at all, right?
yeah.
And
It's not. Because
it,
you
it
look at it
really
as
isn't.
you're still in a friendship vibe, no. Like you doing this as a friend, or you're like at the end of this, you ready to pull up and have a conversation about two joke tomorrow, like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to be insensitive of the situation that took place, but it's
Mm-hmm.
just like we're friends, so it's not a whatever. And you want me to tell us something else that really be bothering me that literally
Let's
just
hear
slipped
it.
my mind. I just find it weird though, because like a lot of people when you talk to them, they always assume that yeah, you want to fuck from the jump when I'm just trying to get to know you, and there's no ill like there's no angle I'm working. I'm just here trying to get to know you. But in the back of their head, they're just like, oh, he's just waiting to flirt or whatever.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm a flirt if the opportunity is there. Just like if there's an opportunity for a joke, I'm a joke.
Yeah.
Once there's an
It's
opportunity to
that
flirt,
simple.
I'm a flirt. And don't read into it. It's be a joke, so
Yeah,
we're
it's
just again
literally you
having
just
fun.
meeting someone and you want to see what you're learning about them. You're trying to see where this goes because you don't know what potential this friendship has. You don't know
Exactly.
where this is going to end up. But it's not like you're out to get something in particular. You just found this person interesting and say, hey, I should talk to this person.
I
But I
remember.
guess because the average man don't move like that. I guess that's why. And that's another thing. Like me and Nikki were talking yesterday. Um, actually, I'll share my point after you share yours because you just remembered and you lost that thought. So I'm not gonna chance it again. Go ahead.
It's like when it comes to dating, I never understood why people saying, "Oh, if you're dating me, you should give me all your attention." Because the dating process is for me to figure out, do I like this person really? And I think that you should have that, because like some people meet you today and start giving you all the attention, right? When you're saying, "Oh, she seems like a nice person," but Suzanne also seemed like a nice person, and I'm trying to make a choice here. I like Suzanne because she have good conversation, and I like Jessica because Jessica make me feel good. I'm getting to know these two. I'm dating the two of them, but they say, "Oh, you talking to me and then talking to her, you're cheating." I'm like, "Bitch, we're not together."
I think because different people dating means different things.
Because you're making it seem like once I make a friend, I must lock down all my other friends. And I'm not saying they're options, and I'm just, but I need to get to know you all before I move on. And I'm not gonna say, well, I'm old fashioned in a sense, but I'm not that old fashioned because I'm not gonna say, you know, once I'm getting to know you, I must cut off everybody. No, no.
Yeah,
I just don't understand
yeah.
why people consider it cheating when you just okay. A lot of things that I always hear girls say is that if I'm giving you my full attention, you should also give me your full attention. So you shouldn't be talking to anybody else because I'm taking the time out to give you that time. But I'm just like, so what?
Oh,
You know?
yeah. No, I get that. I think it just has to be. It's honestly based off the person too, right? And nobody wants to feel like they're competing for anything. And I think that's where it comes from because if I know that you talking to me right now, but you're also talking to the other person, right? I am going to now be more inclined, and this is just me personally, I'm going to be more inclined to go above and beyond in ways maybe I wouldn't because now I'm fighting against somebody else for something as far as I'm concerned. Because I don't know this other person, I don't know what they bring to the table, and I don't know how I compare to that in any category at all, right? So now it's going to change the whole dynamic of my movements, my motivation. It's like now I'm not even fighting for you, I'm fighting for your full attention. So I feel like in a sense it is on both sides, it is safer. So when you're dating people, you date one person and just give that one person your time just so that it can be more of a genuine bond and they don't feel like it's pressured or it's like, whatever, it doesn't put a bad taste in their mouth. I think for the benefit of that the whole one person thing is. But on a technicality, y'all not together. So realistically, if that is the situation that the person is dating other people at the same time and just weighing out their options, you can't be mad. If it's not something you want to be a part of, then it's okay to step out of it.
Oh no, it's definitely
You
okay.
have all the right to step out if it's not acceptable for you, but you can't impose your thoughts and values on the other person. Say, well, that is wrong what you're doing because no, y'all not in anything committed. Y'all are just literally on a certain level of friendship, whatever. If you gave them the perception that they were the only person you were doing it, I guess that in itself can be considered cheating because you technically did mislead the person. Because
Well,
if it was that they would not have done that had they known that information, then I think that's wrong, especially if you knew that and you
true.
made an effort to withhold that information because they weren't going to accept it.
See, but that's where it comes back to communication. Because if
Definitely.
you let me know that, hey, to be honest, I'm really feeling you. I don't know how you feel about me, but like, if you're willing to give this a serious chance, I'm here and I'm all for it. I'm not really giving a lot of people my attention or time, and I'm trying to focus this because I feel like this is real. This is something, and I'm willing to invest in whatever this could
Yeah.
be.
I'm
At
willing to
least
go
let me
somewhere
know.
with this. Yeah.
Give me the choice. And if I said, all right, I'm for you, but I'm still out here messing with people, then they can say, yo, I thought you just said. It's like, nah, we friends. Like, I get it, but you're gonna flirt with this person, and I'm not really for that, you know? Because a lot of
Like,
people have like some weird, twisted ideas of how certain things will go. You know,
Definitely.
so they might think that, oh, I could still send news, but once I don't fuck, it's not cheating. Bro, that's stupid. You're doing some shit.
You're doing some shit. So out
You
of
know,
pocket, onto the table, shit.
so everybody have their own definition, but if y'all don't talk about it and get on the same page in
Exactly.
terms, then there's always gonna be some,
Mhm.
something that's just been misinterpreted between the two of y'all. So
And if y'all don't communicate it, you will never know. So literally the root, like literally that could be the root of a problem. And by the time you know about the problem, it has already been grown out as a whole grown tree. So all you seeing is the trunks, the leaves, the everything, but you're not even seeing the roots and where that shit originated from. You check? Because one thing be literally leading to a next when you don't communicate.
bro, and I'll be seeing friends in certain families be like, they're in a relationship, and the moment they start arguing with somebody, they're just like, I can't do
Mhm.
this, and then they leave and walk. I'm just like, the fuck? Don't you
Bro,
all argue and get over it and then restart?
literally, bro. That's me and Nikki do not argue on them kind of bullshit. Like, and bro, when I say I'm thankful for this girl, like literally everything that I could have asked for, I have. Because I literally don't like them art like
Aww.
that arguing scenario. That arguing scenario, it's like when she mad and she being stubborn, I'd be like, fam, you're being mad. You're mad. Yeah, I get it, but you're being stubborn and it's not helping. And I'm trying to, whatever, whatever. And then I still let her decide how we can go about this, right?
You still give it the opportunity to be mad, but you tell her what's up.
Yeah. I'll tell her what's up, and I get it. If you're mad, you can be mad, but like this is what needs to happen because I do not feel happy. I'm not happy that you're mad. Especially if I'm the cause of this, this if you're upset and I'm the cause, I have a problem with that because I do not want to be the cause of your grief. I want to be a
Bro,
safe space.
you know how much times you have the right to be upset and you hold it down?
Bro,
And you know
literally.
how much time you know you're in the right and you just take the wrong
Mhm.
just because you don't want to see that person upset or and I'm just like, they don't even know. And
They don't know. And that's why I say I don't do the hint thing either because and so okay, so in a situation like that where you just said like the other person don't know, at some point after the argument
you
emerge,
have to
I'm
let
be
them know.
bringing it up and I'm gonna
Yes.
let you know that this is what I did for you, not for the sake of bragging that I'm
Just
out here
to
putting the
let you
work,
know that that was happening.
because when I do things for you, I want you to know like it's not just out of me doing it, it's also me doing it because I knew you would have appreciated it and I need to make sure you saw it so the appreciation is given. Right? Not because I want the appreciation, but so it's in your heart now. So you see that I am putting in the work and vice versa. You check? If it's not obvious, I'm gonna talk about it. And it's just communicate. Like literally, if you feel a certain way, I want to know how you feel. And I want to know how I may have contributed to it. And if I didn't, good. Next step, how can I help you out to the situation? Not how can I make the situation better for you, because I'm not your savior at the end of the day. I'm your partner. I'm helping you get through what you're going through because you still have your own life to live. I still have my own life to live. But we live in that together, right? And it's like everything you're still in anything I'm entitled to as a person, you are also entitled to as a person. And I care about everything that's going on with you as a person, not in a controlling way, but I just want to make sure you're good. But and vice versa, that's the same energy I get in response. That whole, you pull up and like, oh, did you eat type of thing, da, 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 da. Oh, can I get you some, like it's not some extra shit. It's like, nah, I want to make sure that when you're at my crib, you're comfortable, you got everything, let's make some, what can we do today to make you happy? Not that I'm trying to please somebody who's doesn't can't find happiness on their own or anything, because it's like basically there's a lot of things that you have to give that we're accountable for on our own. Like you can't expect somebody to make you happy and that be the source of your happiness. Like you need to be able to be happy on your own
Mm.
before you can get into a situation where somebody else should be making you happy, because they should be adding to it, not being it's in like in everything, so like all that plays into it. And at the end of it, it comes down to that communication. But everybody has their shortcomings and everything they need to work on. But at the end, I think the only way the relationship works is if you are my priority, I'm your priority, and we communicate to each other.
Check.
That's it. That's literally the key
Where
to it all. Because from the time if I say something to you, and the first thing you do is get defensive, then it's not gonna work. Because literally, if I express something to you, this made me feel this way, and the first thing you do is get all defensive. Oh, da, 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 oh well, da, 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 da. Nah, because you're not even taking the moment to understand why this situation is making me feel this way. You don't seem to care why that is. You're just quick to defend why you are a certain way. And I see that a lot with couples, and it doesn't happen with me and Nikki because we kind of have the understanding that that's counterproductive behavior.
Bro,
And
what if all this time Nikki been just holding shit in? She just to keep the peace, she just not really venting. How do you think that gonna affect you?
I'll be upset, hella upset, because I have been making an effort. Because I don't like making a fuss. You really hear me complaining about shit.
Yeah,
but
I don't
like,
really complaining about things.
yeah, I don't. I would rather like, yeah, I'll just keep quiet. And I know me holding it in is not me bottling up anything because it's
Okay,
not like it's going to affect me after this point. But
what
if I realize
if
that that's what she was doing, then I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be sad. And if it doesn't work out, I would not feel responsible for it.
bro, okay. What if, right?
Mhm.
You all have like a bunch of stuff over the 3 years that clearly once y'all talk about it, it's a problem, right? And you always bring it up, but jokingly. Like say the next time that she cooking, she dropped the seasoning. And the last time that happened, you told her, hey, don't hold it like that because it's gonna fall and throw it on the ground. And then the cat will eat it and then die. And she holding it like she did last time. And you say, remember the cat? And then she get upset. That wasn't my fault that the cat died because the pepper fall, right? But at this time, you're already over it, but you always bring it up as a joke just to get a little
Yeah, yeah.
reaction. But every time you do it, she just get more angry and angry. Like, what do you think you'd do at that point? Would you just stop totally or just expect it to get over it and understand
Oh,
that it's a joke?
definitely. So it's one of those things where once I know if it's reasonable for you to feel the way you feel, and I know that's generally based off of my perception of it, but I'm pretty generous. Like I give you more than I think anybody deserves. So I always give you the benefit of the doubt. But if I think that it's warranted, then definitely. But generally, if I see that it's actually her, if it's like, nah, once it's I can see for sure, or I come, you express that, yo, you're actually annoying me, you're actually making me upset, this is making me feel a certain way. I don't want to cause those emotions for you. I don't want to be the cause of that. I don't want to bring that into your life. So yeah, I'm gonna stop. Even if it's just all fun and games, I understand that it's fun and games to me, but I cannot set my expectations for myself cannot apply to you. You know, like for example, there's okay, so Nikki is the person who is of West Indian ethnicity. She was born in Jamaica,
Ooh,
family of Jamaican,
I mean,
everything, but
yeah.
raised in North America.
I'm kidding,
but like,
guys.
but, but like raised in North America and everything, right? So you know, like how in the Caribbean, typically speaking, most people have very thick skin, not physically, but like a lot doesn't bother us or anything. With her, it's a total opposite. Like her skin thin. Like literally, if you say something a certain way, like just the way you say it might make the whole situation different, right?
Watch your tone, bitch.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
That's
not
what she's
even that
telling you. That's what
sensitive.
she's telling you.
Not even that. It's just like just because of how it comes across, it's translated totally different. It's like instead of me giving, if I like 90%, 100% of the time, I'd just be giving advice. I'd be like, okay, for example, going to the car wash, right? Going to a car wash I've never been to in a car I'm not used to. The drive-through ones, I know it says, you have to fold in your mirrors so that the you know the machine will scrape off your mirror. But then you're in a car that the mirrors don't fold, right? So I'm saying, okay, well, be careful when you go there, whatever, whatever. Because why your mirror then mash up, right? Because that's how we talk, right? But she take that as I'm saying, you shouldn't go because you're gonna mash up your mirrors. And yeah, it's kind of like, like she don't know what she's doing type of thing. And I'm like, that's not what I meant. I was just talking, and that's how
First
she
off,
perceived it.
people should know the way how everyone talk because everyone talks with a surety and it comes back to with a bunch of negativity. And the reason I say this is because everyone would be in the same situation with you and say, yeah, that's not how that thing go. And he will say it with such confidence and surety. They're like, huh, I know that. I don't know, just say it. But he say it like if he know for sure.
I'm
And
just
you
talking,
like
my guy.
you could have that information and say, that's not how that thing work now. But he would tell you, and you're like, for real? And he's like, no, I know better. That's not how the thing go. He's like, nah, man, look at it. And I'm like, no, I know how the thing works. He's like, bro, but look at it. And he
But
just talk with
honestly,
a
and
surety. Like, I don't know why. I bet Nikki hates that shit. And he comes with his negativity.
because nah, it's my negativity. Just because you didn't think about the other side of the situation. Yeah, that's all y'all see. Y'all think I'm out here popping bubbles, but I'm the reason. I'm always happy because I never get my bubble popped. You know why? Because I know what to put in my bubble. Yeah, I just be saying what I think. And if y'all think what I say is law, that's up to y'all. But I put my thoughts into the shit I say. So if I say it, that's because that's how I genuinely feel it is. So
Bro,
until you prove me
you need to
otherwise,
put some
but
question marks in your shit, bro.
I'm not asking a question though. I'm saying my view. If this is my view, then what question my? I'm not questioning my view, but my view is is subjected to being changed if
Not
I'm
do it how you
presented with more
stated.
information. Nah, that's how you perceive it. But I understand that that's how you perceive it, and because I'm talking to you, I have to restructure it if I want to be able to communicate efficiently with you, which is the moral of the story I was telling with Nikki. Because I realized that the way I say certain things, she takes it a certain way, and I'm like, okay, but I'm saying the same thing, and I literally just say it differently, and it clicks the way that it should have clicked the first time, and I'm like, to me, I basically said the exact same thing, but just the whole way it's perceived is a whole game changer, and that's something that people need to take into consideration with this relationship stuff. That's literally because I thought that it's going to be perceived this way and you're not doing it, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with either of us. It just means we just need to get back into sync. So we're compatible on that level again.
Nah,
That's all.
everyone would wake you up at 12 o'clock at night and say, hey, it's lunchtime, man. See the sun up? And you're like, for real? Straight. Saying facts. That's what you're coming out here with. And then you're like, no, it's dark, man. Man, like, you could at 12 right now. And you look at the time, you know it's 12. No sun. But yeah, anyways.
My word's powerful.
So for me, I'm not a person who knows how to accept a gift. So, and I would rather you like, nah, don't spend that money on me, man. Shit, just save it up and do something good with it. Don't buy me something because I have very peculiar taste and what's the word? I'm content most of the time with what I have. If it's something that I want, I would rather get it myself. So I just don't know how to really accept the gift. And I feel like people buy me gifts and I'm pleased. I'm just like, thank you, but what can I really do with this? Like anything that I want to do, this has no part in playing. You know?
Yeah, that's because you're very picky and strategic, and anything you have is what you needed for something specific.
Exactly.
And...
Yes. So I'm like, if you're
you.
gonna get me something, you could just, I don't know, give me the money.
yeah.
Right. But in terms of that, like when it comes to like relationships and stuff, right? When it's time to give gifts to your significant other, right? And you know, you're at a situation where this year I got you this thing. Do you step up next year or do you just try to keep it as casual? You get the things that are really important or that they would really like, or you're just trying to top it each year? Because I feel like at some point you'll be out to your we call it your bracket of spending on gifts, but then you can't just say, oh, my girl deserves this amount of money worth of gifts. You can't put a boundary on it. But when do you reach your cap? Because just imagine this birthday or this Valentine's or this anniversary, you buy a Rolex or a car. Where do you go next year? Because you can't go down.
Yeah. That's why I believe in like more meaningful gifts. And in a sense, it's all boils back to knowing your partner, right? I know the things she likes and the things she cares for, the things she don't care for. For example, I like to see, I think a nice little let's say a nice little like let's say a necklace or something would be a cute gift, right? And I might go to my way to buy the cutest necklace ever because I think that it's a beautiful gift. But if she don't like necklaces or wear necklaces or even find them, cute or whatever, then what was that gift ready for? It's me showing my appreciation, but I feel like it could have been better. Like I could have had a better effect had I taken her likes and all that stuff into consideration. So I think it's not so much the gift itself, it's like the thought of the gift, like why I got you what I got you, Is it something you wanted? You know, the situation around it. Because for me and her, it's the same thing. Like me and you, I don't. If you ask me what I want for my birthday, I cannot tell you a single thing because I don't have the. If I want something, I typically just get it, right? So I'm not. And then the things that maybe I want on my list of things I want, I could never ask somebody to get me that for a gift. I'm not asking you to spend, more than five.
for
Exactly, and that's just where I'm at. So like for me, it's like on my end, it's like, nah, don't give me no gift. Give me a gift card, maybe, something like a dad gift. At this point, I feel like a dad.
I don't want a car or socks or tie.
I don't mind. No, literally the fact that you go out of your way to get me something.
Get something, yeah.
I don't care what you got me. I literally don't care. The fact, because all I see in that situation is you thought of me and you went out of your way and you sacrificed something. I don't care how much it was. The fact is you sacrificed something. You could have $1 million and you choose to spend 20 on me. You didn't have to, but you did. So I appreciate the hell out of that just because you did it. The gift itself, whether it will make me happy or not is dependent on if it's something I'm gonna use or not. But the fact that you got me the gift is what's important to me. And if you didn't get me a gift, that's okay because I don't expect you to get me a gift either. I'm not looking for, it's my birthday. Okay, where's my gift? I'm not entitled to a gift from you. You grace me 365 days a year with your friendship. I don't need anything from you. If I need you, I can call on you. Blah blah blah. What do I want?
Bro, I know people waiting for their birthday to come around so they can see what they're getting from people. I'm just like, what?
I'm like, yeah, that's a wild, and I can't even say that's wild. That's so normal. And because like people really be going off and I'm like spending hundreds of dollars, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, okay, but what else y'all have to offer though?
Like whenever I think about getting a gift for somebody, I'm thinking back at some inside joke or something that I could remind them of that thing or that place that we went. I'm just like, yeah, that could be funny because they're gonna know exactly where this came from.
A good time, yeah.
And even if it's like a bad time, it's just a memorable moment, He's like, oh shit, that's that time that a tire burst out and we had to go and some memorable.
Just something of value to, Yeah, I feel that. But like, yeah, with her too, she's not materialistic. She don't care for a lot of like, the money. She likes stuff like artsy stuff, stuff like that. So it's like easy. I wouldn't say it's easy. It's not easy to get gifts for her, but at the same time, she also don't really want no gift.
So she don't want a Birkin?
Poor. Who could spend money on? That's like pointless. It's like literally, you look at that like, yo, she look at it like, that's pointless. That's stupid. Why would you do that?
It's a cold summer for real, boy.
But it's like, I don't know. I think all of that whole the way we give people and how we perceive them and how we give that our energy, I think that's based off of what we see on TV and shit. Because
Molly celebrities,
literally, bro, I'd rather gift you a good time than a gift, a physical gift.
Hey, Nikki, that means the boy can give you dicks for presents. That's cool. Sorry, folks. Sorry.
No.
Nah, but for real, like I feel people be looking at celebrities and using them as role. Oh, they did this sweet thing or said this thing or dressed this. I'm just like, y'all in the same tax bracket. Plus, they don't usually last. What do you
literally, bro? Like, why y'all learning from people that ain't a thing? Like, next 3 years. Like, how is this? What's the logic?
They look at the pictures at the tweets and saying, "Ooh, toxic or this and that or oh, that's so romantic." I'm just like, yeah, but a couple of weeks from now they get divorced or it's splitting. Like, oh my goodness, how you do that person that, and you all be shipping them, and I'm just like, bro, you're out to invest in other people's lives, and these people just doing all this for entertainment, one, and their attention so short in terms of what they want because they have that kind of money where they don't have to give a fuck.
I don't. I just have to know. I just have to think of something like, what haven't I got her? Or, what's the hottest thing? Google. Boom. Okay, that's what I get. Boom. There's like no, and yeah, you go off and you get all these $2 million gifts and, for, them ungrateful. I mean,
I think what happened, I think is there must be dating, right? And they're like, yeah, this is my tax bracket. Oh, tax bracket. This is how much I get paid annually, right? And they're just like, all right, if my gifts start exceeding how much I pay a year, get paid a year, I'm gonna leave and find somebody and start over. So you're just like,
yeah,
oh, I
reset.
spend 100 mil next. And he start over and then start spending little until he gets up that high. He's like, ooh, spend too much money in this one. Next. That's what it has to be.
The reset. If
Was
they're trying to
reset.
top that shit. Unless they get rich every year. Maybe that's the drive. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I think the whole thing with like relationships is you have to understand that in a relationship you're accepting another human being for who they are. And before you get into anything serious where you can't turn back or you can't, it's not a simple, all right, well, I guess we should see other people and you move on. Before you get committed, you have things in each other's names, all that stuff. You all need to know who the person is, as a person, because this is the person you're accepting. And yes, like I said earlier, you can change things with the person, but like you cannot change who the person is. Like you're always going to be who you are. There's things about who, like there's just things that you can change. But you're still going to be you at the end of the day. Things you can get better at. You can, if you can't cook, it doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means you just have to learn to cook, right? And now you're a cook at the end of the situation. So what? You're not a different person. You're just the same person, but you can cook, right?
Nonsense. I'm a different person, If I get any kind of skills on my belt, bro, I'm stunting y'all. Peasants, don't talk to me. Get on my level, please.
Remember I told you about Tim Man shouldn't deserve any power in this world. It goes, see the trend continues.
I control your diet now, okay? Or too much vitamin D.
Wizard.
How do you make your muscles strong but your bones brittle?
Like it's a headache though, man.
Bro, just imagine that though. Imagine your doctor give you like this formula, right? He give you so much medicine and vitamins that your muscles and then return like they get real strong, but you're neglecting your bone, so your bone real brittle. So every time you flex, you have micro fractures all on your bones because like you're just not getting the right balance. You know how crazy that would be. Just imagine the strongest man over there doing a competition, he flex and snap his spine.
Well, he wouldn't be the strongest man.
Technically, he'd basically a snake.
No, you're saying he's breaking his stuff. You didn't say he's flexible.
No. Breaking. It's breaking, but bro, they had this one bodybuilder that broke his spine, like it snapped, but he didn't feel any of the pain because his muscles was just keeping him up. So he went to the gym, worked out, broke his back, went home, sleep, came back and did some more workout. And then he started getting some pain after a while and went to the hospital and they said, your spine snapped. But his muscles were just keeping him up and going. So it's possible.
But
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Huh? I learned that in school. I saw the videos and stuff. Or some guys from Sheridan, they were like, they started going to the gym, and this is me. I'm not getting sweaty to go catch a bus for 3 hours to go wash my skin. And there's no way I'm washing my skin in this bathroom for these people. Because, and when I say these people, I mean people who just walk around the place in the nude. I'm accustomed to that. I remember when I went to Winnipeg the other time.
The wives see it.
Everyone knew what I was walking into and didn't say shit to me. Okay? We went to the Y, this gym, and everyone's like, oh, you have to go this way and like change into a gym wear and then we can just go work out, right? I was like, all right. He said you can put your bags in the locker, they're gonna give you a key and everything. So we pass and I'm looking, I'm like, wow, this is cool. They have a pool, they have a court. I'm just like, this place is kind of lively, right? So we going into the room, and as soon as I push the door, dicks. Just dicks. Right? So now I'm just like, wrong room. So I'm about to walk or everyone push me now. This is the locker. So now I'm like, oh my goodness. So now I'm trying not to make any eye contact. So I'm looking down at the floor, but now I'm seeing pelvises, right? So this is me. God. So there's no way for me to look except behind me, right? So now I'm trying, everyone's like, just go to the locker and don't look, right? So man's be cracking up his foot up on the benches, lotion up and the floss and all that. I'm like, yo, you're out of pocket. So in this whole time, this is me. I feel so uncomfortable just taking off my pants to go put on my other pants, right? And that man's butt naked talking and having conversation and just do it. I was just like, what is this? And everyone's like, man, they be doing this since they're in preschool. And this is
literally, bro.
they don't know each other from preschool. What are you talking about? But he said that's something that he realized when he came over to Canada too. And this is me. That's something I don't think I was ready for.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely because them mans don't care. It's like, yeah, you're a man, I'm a man. I got dick, you got dick. But what? Okay, who cares? Like, I'm not here for your dick. Like, it's like they don't care. It's like the fact that we're both naked in this place together, chatting, is not a factor. There's nothing that information doesn't change anything. It doesn't make the situation better or worse to them. Nothing changes with that information.
It was so weird.
That was it. How did we get here, Timon?
Honestly, I don't know.
How long? No, it wasn't a long man. No, we're good, man. We're good. I'm like, oh, no, we're good, man.
Oh yeah, I was telling you about college. Yeah. So the man's at the gym just working out, right? And one guy was like, "How much you can bench?" He's like, "Yeah, I can bench this much." He's like, "Oh yeah, well I'm gonna bench this much, right?" And then this other guy who's fairly built, he joined the army now. He what his name was? Bradley Foot. And he was just like, "Bro, don't push too much because you could like damage yourself." He's like, "No, I can't." He's like, "No, you can. You could break your spine." Right? He's like, "Break my spine." He's like, "Yeah." And then he went to tell a story and then look up the footage and the video and showed me. I was like, "Ah."
He was deadlifting?
Yeah.
Okay, I see that now. Oh,
yeah.
Hi, that is Papa Brock too now. That snap.
Bro. And the man didn't notice until I'm just like, "You're telling me your muscle just said, let me just keep working since the bone not working." And then your muscle's just like, "Nah, I'm honestly real tired. So I gotta just ease up." And that's when he started feeling pain. Like, that's wild.
That's crazy, bro. Like now you have me paranoid. Like I'm just I'm like, what do I do? Do I just not do any physical activity or do I go build the hell out of my back just in case I break it one day?
Nah, just rice and peas and you know, gym. Strengthen your bones. I don't think it's milk because I hear the human body should even still be in milk. It's only baby.
Yeah, it's the calcium, but calcium is in milk. I think there's other places you can get calcium from, but
like from what, broccoli?
You know. I mean, I should know. Well,
yeah,
I think milk
you're letting
is
your
the
parents
main
down at
source
Veggie World. Come on.
Hey. We sell like it's still milk, but it has calcium in it, so it's still milk. It's just not from the cow.
It's a brand milk. Of milk.
It's like soy milk, but like
soy. Ew. I don't know. I said ew. I think I like soy.
Yeah. You drink real milk at home? Like in Antigua, like if.
Oh yeah, I used to drink cow milk, and then I used to like the one in the can, the powdered milk, and then we started using almond milk. That was kind of nice for a bit, and then we went into coconut milk, which I did not like. And then went back to what woman name on the milk can?
Dutch lady.
Dutch lady.
On the blue one, right? Yeah.
She's sick, boy.
Honestly, that one it tastes good.
Yeah,
as like the real milk that tastes good in the can. That one, bang as well.
Ooh, thinking about them thick milk. I used to go on everything.
Oh, I never used to do that.
Yeah, I used to throw thick milk on any kind of Conquerors or chips, dog. I swear you even put it on bread.
What was that word you just used?
Conquerors. Chips.
No, I know that, but I'm like, I know a lot of people heard that. I was like, oh,
what the fuck is that? Conquerors.
Conqueror.
Yo, the words that they be say. Yo, the other day I was talking to Evie now, and I was saying, look, back in school, I got so fascinated with old terms, right? Like people when they used to say satchel or shindig or frock and them kind of stuff, or whippersnapper or you know, jive turkey and all kind of stuff. So I remember at one point my auntie used to always say, "Yeah, so we had a piece of frock, so right." And a day it just hit me. I just like it. So I went to school with it, and everybody was bringing back these old phrases until it got boring because too much people were doing it. But I enjoyed it while it lasted.
Like, words it is, bro. Those words
different.
They literally hit different because you could just use the word dress instead of frock, and it's just dead.
It's just dead.
But you use the word frock, excitement.
Yeah.
You get a laugh or two from using the word frock. And it's just another word.
Just another word, man. I was like, yo, these people back in the day, they went through how many different words can I use to explain this one thing? Oh, I like this one. And they just using it because they kind of like, we use just this one too much. Let's use the new ones, you know?
Let me say, yeah. Trousers.
Trousers. Buzz.
I mean, that's a real word. My trousers.
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 How they say underwear? Because I think there's another word for underwear.
Ooh. Is there?
I think so.
Underwear. Like for men or women?
I was gonna say bingo bang, but that's just Brad panty. But that's
the
not
bingo bang.
Yeah. But take off your bingo bang panty because it's just big and broad and
I'm gonna never hear that one day.
Let me see.
Draws, no.
I think it's draws, man.
Draws?
Take off your draws.
Take off your draws. Yeah. I don't think there's another one.
No, you know, wash your draws yet? That they rank.
Yeah,
because people used to be wild. What's your funny? Old words be hitting different.
You check, yeah.
And I think they know, like old people know the comedic value of those old words because they be using them, knowing that you don't laugh.
You check, like from a grandmother, we hear people, you couldn't even make noise now, and instead she say, "Be quiet, I'm doing something." Shut your clappers.
Like, oh, you bite you, you having dingleberries? Like, what?
For no reason. Yeah, so to end our relationship talk, relationships are important. That's the conclusion of this podcast. That's the end of our thought on the relationship stuff because I already realized we had in a different way. It's important for, step 1, learn your partner. Step 2, you need to be understanding. Make sure you set yourself and expect to give up some of you, accommodate the other person, without giving up yourself as who you are, losing your morals and all that stuff. There's levels to this, of course, right? Communication is key. Definitely key.
Engaging is key.
Communication. Communication.
All right.
Because I have basically a line for communication. If you don't know there's a problem, how can you fix it? Right? So don't ask me no more question. Communication is key. Right? And like I said, you season your heart, and literally, if you prioritize your partner, you're making sure that with you, this person is in a safe place. You create a safe place, a safe environment where you shouldn't be stressed to go home to your partner after a long day at work. You should not be able to wait to get home to your partner after a long day at work, just to sit down, just to be in their presence, just to, all that stuff. And literally, once y'all get the part where y'all can coexist, and I think coexisting is the bare minimum. When you thirst for each other, not on a sexual level, but like you crave each other constantly. Not to say you can't separate, go hang out with each other's friends and all that stuff. You still need to maintain your individualism, but still, be one with the other person. And once all that comes into it, everything else can come true because your priorities are going to be their priorities. If it means that you're a person who prioritizes being ambitious and going out and making money and stuff, the other person is going to pick up on that too. And it takes two, right? You're all a team. And if y'all working as a team, everything else will come into place. If for one, religion and stuff is more important than the other, and the other person realizes that, and they're genuinely wanting to be better in that regard so that both of you can benefit, y'all headed in the same way. Y'all have the same interests, you're all set. You just have to be understanding, caring, loving, and honestly, yes, love is blinding, so you have to be aware and don't get lost in it, but at the same time, you have to let love guide you too, because that's all we got at the end of the day.
Bro, that's so different, right? Because you say love is blinding, and people don't realize that until they come out of a relationship.
Yeah, they see all the shit, but like, you need to keep your eyes open whole time. You call it, like, you don't overlook shit. When shit happens, you point it out. Not to say you have a problem with everything, but if something bothers you to the point where it's worth, you holding on to it, then you need to communicate that for sure. And that's it. We'll talk on more relationship stuff in other podcasts because relationship is just life in general. So you can come back up again.
Shit, everyone might be a different person. You might realize that. Go ahead.
I'm a better.
Nah, he gonna be worse, guys. He gonna come back and hear Everett is a raging drunk. And like, what happened, Everett? Communication didn't work? He like, nah, fuck communications.
Nah, I'll eat my shoe before that happens.
You know, I heard you can actually eat leather. It provides really good proteins.
Well, it is from animals, from
Mm.
yeah. So
So
I
if
could
you're
see
in the
that.
desert and you had leather shoes or clothing, you could survive.
I don't think would it though, because like it's been through beer processing and
It's
shit to
okay.
get to the form it's in now. So does it still hold those qualities, or is it like the raw leather? Is
Once the
what?
chemicals outside don't kill you, the heat will, or the leather will save you. So
Oh,
yeah,
your
if you go
part,
into
Mhm.
Africa, wear a bunch of leather just in case the plane crash.
And make sure you buy the leather yourself, because if it's like a leather that you got in a gift, it might be fake leather.
It might
You
be
go
fake
over there for your
leather.
belly with plastic.
I would like to visit the desert. That's why we have to go to Dubai now.
Do you want?
And
Wait, I don't want. Here's the thing with Dubai. That's just sand dunes. Like I want to go in some deserts. I run with some giraffes and some wildebeests, bro.
mm,
That's like I want more desert with like nature, not just
more,
desert
yeah,
with
yeah, more shit.
yeah.
You might go to the
'Cause I
desert,
want
run into a wrong scorpion or snake. You're like, fuck,
bend the corner and book up on a rhinoceros. Eventually
bro,
they would be
bro, bro.
a
This at there,
rhinoceros.
right? This man brought this joke to me that killed me about rhinos. Yeah, I didn't even think I could do it justice if I tell it. But hey,
You gotta pull up the voice note. It was a voice note.
it was
What
a
was it?
voice note just and I played it in the car and I died. But I don't know if it's still on my phone because I don't be backing up shit because I trust nothing.
No, that's funny. Well, basically, what I said, I think I remember. It was basically because, as you know, in the Bible, you know, God said, give Adam and Eve dominion over the animals, and just over the course of a couple of days, I guess, Adam had the job of going through with all the animals and naming them, right? So the man look at a horse and say, "That's a horse." Man look at a goat and say, "That's a goat." And the boy look on this monstrosity of a being, of this animal with his horn in his face, this big up face, and look upon that this at all. It's a rhinoceros. But
Bro,
the word rhinoceros,
the word rhinoceros is just
rhinoceros.
weird. He said it with his nose, dog. That's what happened.
That's the word. Rhinoceros.
Yeah, when he said it, no, it really hit me like, yo, how the man even came up with that set of
came up with that.
syllables? The man said,
Rhinoceros.
rhinoceros. Bro, my creativity level had to be. This man had to look at all the animals and was running out of shit to say, and he got to rhinos, and he just like, yeah, this is a rhinoceros.
That's funny as hell, though. I mean, obviously, we know that man didn't speak English as the original language, but just the idea. Y'all have to have creative minds. You understand? Like, create your own happiness and well, that must have been dope, though. Like the whole naming of animals and shit.
I bet Eve was dying with laughter every time he named one of these animals. Or this one, honey, I'm gonna call it a heifer. This one a slut. You know what this female dog name? Bitch. Bro, this man was going on having beer funds.
Bro, just going around in circles. All the animals are the hippopotamus. Oh shit! I don't think that's more though.
Bro, this guy was having. First off, how even name a sea creature? Did they come to shore? Whoa,
Bass?
whale.
Bass.
Whoa, shrimp. What is a jellyfish? Ooh, how you even know what jelly was?
Bro,
the Bible fake. Unless all the names of the animals that we know today and actually the names, and it was lost in history because we can't read dead languages. And that's scientists just came up with new words for them.
Yeah, because do you feel realistically? Did Adam write this shit down?
Yeah.
Like, was he writing this shit down? Like, was there need for writing anything down at that time?
Maybe their memories are spot on. Because the man was living to like 100 and actually 300 and something and so.
Yeah.
So the man's like, nah, I'll just remember some shit. Like 900 years. Yeah. I just remembered everything.
So they just passed on. I get, how like they say storytelling is like a really important part of like history and stuff.
How they
I feel like
passed on
that's
information to
literally
generations.
storytelling. Well, that's probably what it was.
That's why they say like language and writing was the most powerful invention or tool that humanity came up with, because it's a way to pass on information from the past to the future, so they don't have to fall into the same traps that they did. So they learn from all the experiences and stuff. So I'm just like, that is pretty impressive.
It is. Like, cause like I'm thinking like a lot of things. I'm like, bro, when God kicked them out to the Garden of Eden, did he give them like a breakdown of how things work now that sin's in the picture? Like they had to revamp them because like I know like they were walking and then they realized, oh, I stepped on this thorn. What is this? And
What
my foot
was
bleeding.
this? Yeah, like what's blood? What is this?
So like they have to learn everything from scratch.
Bro, that's wild. God's like, well, you did it. Did
Yeah.
what? You'll see. You'll see.
And go. The first thing Adam do, licky toe, on the
edge of the tree.
On the edge of the tree.
And then his wife turned. What happened? Lashy elbow. Pow.
She get shot.
Beer pain. They're like, this is sin. Oh my goodness.
And as my boy discovered, because he's like, you bitch, she may have an apple. And she look wrong for the dog. That must have been one hell of a week.
Oh my goodness.
They literally went from best friends to like worst enemies because now there's hate. Now there's things like that. You know, check. Bro, how did they
One thing. No, you have the damn food. One fruit no. And you just liquish. She get hungry. Where one? Me no Jack.
Just fix up some, give me.
After that one decision, she can't decide what to eat ever again. She just passed that down because it's
I can never eat fresh again. She's like, what's for lunch? She got fruit salad. Yummy. I'll say what about the apple. That's funny.
That's funny. Anyways, guys, thank you again for listening to the Drink and Draw podcast. I hope you had as much fun listening as we had making this episode.
Of course. We appreciate your feedback, everything, reach out to us. Like I said, and I always say, shoot us a message, tell us what you want to hear more of. If there's anything you want to talk about, breakdown, or just show some love, you know where to find us. All right. So it's Evron signing out alongside Old Man Timon.
Hey, Old Man, Mr. Terrible to you, sir.
My bad, sir. My bad. All right. You guys have a good week. Peace out, guys.
All right. Bye.